Hey everyone, Anthony Cosenza with Casabell Realty Group here. Hope you are all doing well here in the middle of October already. Halloween is around the corner and we've got a lot of different things happening in the real estate market, a lot of different things pertaining to happenings just with the market, with loans, all that kind of stuff. A lot to talk about, and we're going to get to a lot of that stuff this week. We've got some data, we've got some headlines, we've got a lot of different things to show you here. We've done our homework in the MLS earlier today to get you some updated Orange County numbers on the rental side and the purchase side. So let's get right into it and talk about some of the headlines, the rates, the other things happening, headlines in the real estate market. Okay, well, we've got a lot of conflicting news, or kind of depends on how you want to look at things. I guess let's go, good news, bad news. I guess we want to start with, I guess, what is bad news here. CAR and realtors predict, and this is from the Orange County Register, that California home prices will drop 9% next year. Now you hear that. This is what I've been telling some of my clients as well. You hear these headlines, you read these headlines, people grab the headlines and they take it and run with it. Now drop 9%, that's dropping 9% from these large prices now. So if you are on the buying side, that's a relief for you, right? Things are leveling out. We've been talking about this. Things are balancing. This has been a very rare market that we have seen over the past couple of years here, this frenzied market. So things are balancing. Same thing with, again, the interest rates. They are rising, but they are rising from historic lows. In the grand scheme of things, this, where we've been with interest rates over the past handful of years has been pretty low. So when you look at it from a macro perspective, where we're seeing things climb to is not necessarily, huge in the macro perspective. It's just people are having trouble adjusting to where things have been for the past couple of years and where they are heading now in terms of more balance and whatnot. So again, prices dropping potentially upwards of 9% throughout California, but that is relative because prices have been exponentially increasing, by double that over the past couple of years. So it's 9% from these large, dropping 9% from these large increases. And so when you look at this here, the median price of an existing California house will drop 8.8% next year, falling to $758,600. That is down from this year's projected median of $831,500 and the lowest since 2020. This is what I'm saying here. Even after falling almost 9%, the median home price would still be 15% higher than 2020. So you hear, oh, prices are falling 9% and all of that. Yeah, it's something to definitely take note of. But again, when you keep things into context, when you keep things into what we've been in market-wise the past couple of years, and when you look at this number, again, falling 9% projected next year house prices, but the median house price would still be 15% higher than in 2020 and up 28% from 2019. So while this is good news and bad news. I mean, sellers are saying, wow, I was thinking about selling my house a little bit. This news compared to where I'm hearing interest rates being on loans, that's not a great time to sell your house. It's not entirely accurate because, again, you're still looking, when you look at the sample size, you're still looking at a house price that is 15% higher than the start of this frenzied market in 2020 and up 28% from the year prior to the pandemic and when this market started to really get frenzied. So that's what I try and preach to our clients and people I talk to about, hey, when you see headlines that tell you a certain thing, you probably want to make sure that you read kind of the fine print a little bit. And with that, the headlines on the interest rate side have been recently, 7% loans, this, that, and the other. There are interest rates that are hitting that in certain programs for certain people, but I've spoken to other mortgage professionals and ones that I've trust in the industry, and they are pre-approving loans at in the high fives. From just a couple of months ago in the summer, they were in the mid fives. So there's been a little bit of a climb, obviously, but there are folks that are still able to get manageable interest rates and lower than what the headlines are projected to tell you. Now, there will be more rate hikes. We know that that's been said. And so that's something to definitely watch, but you have to really keep it into context for what you are doing and what your background is, what your financial situation is when you see these headlines, instead of grabbing the headline, running with it, and not really taking it into context. So wanted to share that one with you. Now, again, that was the Orange County Register sharing some things from the California Association of Realtors, those projections. Here is from Adam, ATTOM, one of the great data gathering companies around. And here you go. October is the time to buy for home buyers, according to analysis from Adam on historical home sales. It's a good time to buy right here. Month with the lowest average premium, 3.3%. So, this may not be, and sellers may see this and say, oh man, that means that I'm taking a big price cut on my home and whatnot. But there may be some truth to that, but there's also, that means there's more opportunity. There are people that are out there in October that are seeking homes, that are looking to go out and do different things, make a purchase and make a move before year's end. And you can see here 2013 to 2021 sales of single family homes and condos. And you can see here, you can see the discount or premium here, but here it is right here, October leading the way throughout the entire year. So some interesting data and analysis from Adam data gatherers here. Really, really good information. Again, this is kind of nationally speaking here, not necessarily in California per se, but you can see here, of the sales here, again, from 2013 to 2021, the averages throughout. So October, a good time to buy. So those of you who are looking to buy and get in on a potential property and take advantage of some of the uniqueness in this market right now, you may want to think about it. Consult a real estate professional. We would love to work with you, and you can get in touch with us, 949-280-0937, or via email, casabellasocal@gmail.com. Of course, our website, casabellarealtygroup.com. You can check that out too. We want to help you achieve your goals there. But interesting headlines. And again, you're kind of getting some information where you read more into this thing, and or you kind of see it from different viewpoints. You got to look at things from some different viewpoints, and you may find a little bit more information or different information than you would originally think just by taking in the headline. This is from realtor.com. Again, kind of bringing into focus the balance of the market and things of that nature. You see here by George Ratiu, housing markets remain in sellers' favor, but conditions are changing. Again, balancing, less frenzied, that sort of thing. So it is still, again, October, good time to buy a house, good time for buyers. 2023, home prices dropped by 9%. Well, they dropped by 9%, but they're still 15% higher than they were in 2020, 23% higher than they were in 2019. So it's yeah, but right. And so you see here, good time to buy in October. You could get a decent deal as a home buyer, comparatively speaking, but yeah, it's still a seller's market in a lot of different ways. And it's still very, but it is balancing out too. Summer's markets are confirming that the feverish pandemic conditions are moving in the rearview mirror as mortgage rates jumped over 200 basis points the last 6 months. Median priced homes surged. The monthly mortgage payment for a median price home surged 60%. So that's something to take into an account. But the millennial homeowners are the ones who are the active sellers in this year's housing markets, looking to either get into a different house, leaving a certain area altogether, that sort of thing here. But you see over the past 12 months, 20% of homeowners surveyed indicated that they sold their home. Of those, 34% sold during the June to August months, at the height of what is traditionally the peak of the home buying season. And an additional 23% of sellers closed a transaction in the spring period during February or May. So you see here a couple of graphs. So again, so homes sold in the last 12 months and the ages, total Gen Z, millennials, Gen X, baby boomers. And you can see here the between their big deal is between 3 and 4 months ago. Here you can see that, but affordability is a central challenge for this year's market. Interesting article here, but again, you go back to the title here. Housing markets are changing. Housing markets remain in sellers' favor, but conditions are changing. So, a lot of people are doom and gloom. A lot of people are saying, that the interest rates and everything, the market's going to crash and all of that. Not wholly accurate about a lot of different aspects of it. You got to read the finer print and not just take a headline, grab it, and run with it. Let's get to from our good buddy Chris Pacheco, Pacheco Team Loans. Always give us some great information, and you can go get some additional information from him, fundedbychris.com, and that's Chris, no H, CRIS.com. And you can see here Monday mortgage news and rates, last week's activity. Consumer inflation remains hot, increased 0.4%, declined annually 8.3 to 8.2%. So the decline is year over year, but it has increased on a shorter term. Producer inflation higher than expectation. And then, of course, we go to this week's outlooks and the rates. Stocks and mortgage bonds both are higher today, as in Monday. And then this week, there's the NAHB Housing Market Index, housing starts, permits, and existing home sales index as well. All of that is there. And then, of course, the rates here. You can see conventional 30-year. Here's where you see the 6s, 7s, 8s. Again, though, I have been talking to mortgage professionals. These are averages for these. Conventional 30-year 7.125, FHA 30-year 6.75, jumbo 30-year. There's also adjustables. There's all kinds of different options that your loan advisor can help you find out more about. So think about that. And like I said, even though these numbers are, the averages and whatnot, there are folks that I've heard, that are getting pre-approved for loans that are far below these rates, these interest rates. So something definitely to think about. And if you are thinking, even if you're kind of saying, I don't know, talk to a real estate professional, talk to a loan professional. If you don't have one in your back pocket, we can help you forward you some great resources in that regard and get you an idea as to what you may be looking at. And you may be surprised at what you find if you are thinking of buying a home. You may be surprised at what you find out there. But this is great information from Chris Pacheco at Funded by Chris, the Pacheco Team Loans, fundedbychris.com. And again, CRIS, no H in that, but go check out Pacheco Team Loans. Thank you to him for all of the great information that he always shares with us. Now, on to the MLS data that we have pulled, and this is as of early this morning. We are doing the purchase market and the rental side. You can see here coming soon, 107.62 of those from October 18th through the 24th, basically over the next week. Active 36.52, 428 of those from the 7th through the 17th, basically over the past 10 days. And you see there that number's been a little stagnant in the mid to high threes in terms of active in Orange County on the purchase side. It shot up to over 4,000 a couple months ago, but now it is at the 3,652 mark right now. Active under contract, those are houses that are under contract that still have contingencies in place, 848, 270 of those from the 7th through the 17th, pending 942, 7 through the 17th, closed 520 of those from the 7th through the 17th. The rental side here, you see the rental updates coming soon, 35. We had a little bit of a shoot up of active listings here, but still, this is not really a high volume time for the rental market. 2,074 of them active, 394 of those basically over the past 10 days, pending 171, 83 of those from the past 10 days, closed 312 from the past 10 days as well. So that is a little bit about the rental update, the rental numbers, and the purchase numbers there. You can see again, active 2,074. It's been around the 1,800 or so mark. So we had a little bit of a inventory increase on the rental side there, but still not a high volume time in terms of inventory on that front. So definitely something to keep in mind. All right, let's get to something about something with the community happening right now. And then, of course, we will get out of here showcasing one of our great listings that we have here. So let's talk about something going on in the community that's pretty interesting. Okay, well, look, we usually use these community spotlights to, highlight a business, a charity, a nonprofit, that sort of thing. And that's largely still what we like to do with this. But we also like to talk about community happenings. So I think last week we talked about how there was, Five Point and Irvine, the city council, and all the entities there. I think Live Nation and the city of Irvine basically approved a permanent concert venue there. They have Five Point Amphitheater is a great venue, but it is kind of a temporary amphitheater of sorts in the Great Park, and they are now approving a final concert venue, a permanent concert venue for the city of Irvine, since Irvine Meadows closed down over a half a decade ago. So they've got another thing. So this is another community happening. Pretty interesting, particularly for those in the South Orange County area. But the Coastal Commission approves the permit for the Doheny desalination plant. And this could bring a lot of drinking water to the area because of water shortages. Comes with a little bit of mixed review or support, but basically it's a $140 million project. It was reviewed, and the Coastal Planning Commission, they did approve the permit, and it allows the water district to move forward with long-standing plans of building the plant that is intended to provide up to 5 million gallons of water per day, drinking water, stuff you have around, whatever you use water for daily around your home or what have you. So, and then you see here, California Coastal Commission Chair Don Brownsey said that the South Coast Water District went above and beyond to collaborate with the agency and comply with the Coastal Act to ensure the best project possible. So this will come with mixed reviews, but obviously with some of the water issues that the state is having, they are planning on doing a desalination plant, a large facility here. And you can see this is kind of the washout area here. Here's Doheny Beach if you're looking at my mouse. And then you've got kind of Capo Beach area over here, PCH running through right here. So it's going to be back in that area by the kind of the storm washout and the Capo Beach area, and it'll be right in that plot of land there. So, and then of course over here, more Dana Point property. That's where the proposed facility is going to go. And so it will potentially bring a lot of drinking water and usable water in this time in the years ahead, with water shortages being an issue in the state of California. So interesting news there for the community and for South Orange County in particular. All right. Well, that being said, we're going to get out of here and let you see a great property we have listed, 249 Cypress Drive in Laguna Beach. This is a really unique property, one wherein there is a great updated and partially remodeled in some ways beach cottage on a large lot of over 7,500 square feet, multiple patios outside, great for entertaining, including a brick fireplace wherein a brick wood burning fireplace wherein this property is grandfathered in to the city of Laguna Beach to be able to burn wood out there. Not every property can do that. Beautiful beach cottage, fresh exterior paint, newer roof, remodeled kitchen, vinyl fencing down there. And of course, this has a 2-car garage plus additional parking on the property for entertaining, having extra family there, what have you, or if there's an investor, this is, if you're an investor of some kind, great for a potential high lease opportunity, or of course, it is zoned R3, so that could be turned into a multi-unit type of situation. Or again, on the flip side, if you're a buyer and you want to reside in it as your residence, you could potentially pursue historical status with the city as well. With this property, you got to go through the proper channels to get that approved, but it's a possibility. Here it is, 249 Cypress Drive, Laguna Beach. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. We will be back with more information for you. CasabelRealtyGroup.com, CasabelSocal@gmail.com, 949-280-0937. We'll talk to you soon.